Hello guys, and welcome back to the Formula 1 Bible channel. Alfa Romeo's F1 season launch revealed the biggest areas of change for their 2023 challenger. The Swiss outfit become the fourth team to show off their new look livery for the upcoming campaign, with two drivers taking the covers off a showcar. Alfa Romeo also released CGI images of the C43, which provided the clearest indication yet of how their actual 2023 car will look. So without any more delay, let's start. Number 1. Development aims. Technical director Jan Moncho explained that development towards the rear end of the car was the biggest area of focus for Alfa Romeo over the winter. We identified areas where we saw there was still potential for us to unleash. Potentially we wouldn't be able to unleash during the 2022 season, he said. We concentrated mainly on the rear part of the car, where we wanted to be brave enough to do the next step in terms of pure development on the rear end, which opened the door to other solutions we couldn't implement last year. Monchos, who described the C43 as well-born and mean-looking, stressed that improved reliability was also a priority. Edges are now raised by 15 mm to comply with the new regulations. Number 2. Changes to the rear end. One of the most obvious differences compared to the C42 is seen with a revised side pod design that is reminiscent of the approach Red Bull adopted with their dominant RB18. The rear suspension, bodywork, gearbox and cooling elements have been reworked, while revisions have also been made to the floor amid a rule change designed to combat porpoising. Last year, the cooling inlets were teardrop shaped, but now they have been reworked to letterbox shaped. This Ferrari-like inlet design allows high-speed airflow around the corner and down the side pod instead of going down and interfering with the underfloor airflow, thereby further improving the speed. Some cooling louvers are also moved from the top to the engine cover side. Side covers are also now much more slender. So, it's not a revolution, it's a similar solution already on the grid last year. But it's something we couldn't implement without a major change of the architecture. From what we've seen, some of the weaknesses we had from an aero point of view, which was effectively high-speed performance, has been also significantly improving thanks also to the new potential we unleashed with this new bodywork and this new way of working the floor between the rear tires. Number 3. Changes to the front. Moncho revealed that Alfa Romeo ultimately decided to favor development at the rear end of the car as part of a strategic call influenced by aerodynamic testing and budgetary constraints. Although he believes the biggest performance gains can be found at the rear, Moncho insisted Alfa Romeo had still been working on improvements at the front of the car. Suspension geometry has now been changed from pull type to push type. The front end is more difficult in terms of development in the numerical world and in the wind tunnel, he said. Let's say the return investment is smaller. That doesn't mean there is no performance. As long as we are not first in the timing sheets, we have performance to grab everywhere. But since you've got a limited amount of wind tunnel runs and also limited resources, at some point you need to make strategic calls. Where am I investing the majority of my resources? And I am more in favor of doing one thing properly than starting 5 different dishes and then end up with solutions that are just marginally better. The front end we have been working on, and there will also be significant changes presented at the start of the season. But generally speaking, for us, it's an area we have struggled to put more performance because of the constraints of the regulations than the floor, which is offering much more freedom. In this video, we discussed several changes made to the Alfa Romeo's brave 2023 F1 car and influence of Red Bull on it. What do you think about these influences? Let us know in the comment section below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more exclusive content and future updates on this story. For everything else regarding Formula 1, stick to the Formula 1 Bible channel. Have a great day. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.